Hello, everyone, and I am Dr. Mary Power.
And I'm Larry Markson.
And today we're going to be talking with you about challenging your beliefs. And again, this is part of our video series. It's actually chapter 9 of Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, that you can find all of the other videos on our YouTube channel as well. This will be shown on Monday nights on Facebook at 9 p.m. So we're going to dive in today and talk a little bit about what does challenging your beliefs mean.
So beliefs are a major thing because whether you know it or not, we all have certain concepts and visions and belief systems that we acquired from the time we're born till the present time. And the hard thing that I've had to teach people over all these years is we believe some things to be true that are not true, but because we believe them to be true, we act on them as if they're true, but they're not true. So belief is a big topic that we're going to start today. And remember, the things you believe to be true, you act on. That means the way you feel, you express, you take action steps based upon something that could be no longer beneficial to you in your life.
And we visited a little bit of this in a previous chapter. I believe it was the one we talked about who you are. So we explained some of those belief systems and how they formulated who you are. But today we're going to talk a little deeper about actually going back and challenging some of those beliefs. The first step is becoming aware of what you believe and why you believe that. Whether we're talking about the way you get up and do certain things all day long, if we're talking about your religion, if we're talking about your beliefs about culture, and it all forms who you are today. So if we break all those down and think, well, why? And, think about a little kid that asks you 1,000 times, why, Daddy? Why, Mommy? Why? That's literally what I'm asking you today is, why are you doing that? Why are you saying that? Why is that your habit? And it all leads back to the beliefs and what you acquired when you were young.
So remember, your beliefs are formed in your childhood, and we'll go back a little and repeat, by your mother's and your father's parental guidance, by your teachers, and teachers doesn't mean only people in school or religious teaching. It means a newspaper's a teacher, peer pressure's a teacher, what you see on TV is a teacher, what you experience in your life. So anything you've learned and you've come to believe is true, that is. So one of the things that I taught for many, many years, I had a title that says, Belief is the master and we are the slaves. So that's not a very good topic or word, slaves, but that was true. So in olden days, in southern plantations, there was a plantation master and there was slaves, and slaves had to do the bidding of the master. If not, there was some sort of retribution, bad sometimes. So if you can go back, so your belief system causes you to be a slave. You have to act according to the belief. Now, if the belief is a good one, that I can do this and it's positive and I can get this done and I like the way I look and I'm growing and I'm reading and I'm learning and I'm adapting and I'm refining, that it's a good belief system and your results will show it. But what happens if I heard my grandson say something the other day and I went like that? He says, well, I don't think I'm good looking, which is not true. Well, maybe my eyes are tainted, it's not true. And I said, where did you get that? And he had these feelings about himself that he's not good enough. So belief systems are the key. Now, what happens if we can change the belief systems to ones that are beneficial on purpose, Mary?
Exactly. Well, the sky's the limit, because that is truly the thing we have to tune into and fix first. We have to challenge those beliefs. If they are not serving you well, we need to replace them. It all has to be done with awareness, though, because so many things that come from our beliefs, we are on autopilot. So we've drawn your attention to this several chapters ago. So today, let's challenge those beliefs. So if you're playing those negative tapes in your head, I'm not good enough, you're not worthy enough, then we have to replace that. What is causing that? Where did that come from? Was it from a parental guidance that wasn't so supportive and that was very, very negative, or a teacher? So identify that and realize, okay, I'm an adult. That was the past. I'm going to draw a line in the sand and I can choose what I believe. And even if it's a belief about yourself, which is one of the most powerful beliefs that you need to challenge, I can choose to believe what I want to believe about myself. And you can start to learn to deflect what others think. Larry talks about all the time, if someone's saying something and he's like, he's just hitting them off left and right when it's coming to him. If it's not going to serve him well, he doesn't even allow it in to his head. So that's what we're asking you to do also, but you have to become aware first. What do you think about yourself? What is your belief system? And we're going to give you the strength to change that and move forward.
Well, the deflection thing that you talk about, I always say if you're male, then you have the big S of Superman on your chest, and someone would shoot Superman, and the bullets would repel, bounced away from his chest, or Wonder Woman, the bracelets that would deflect anything that is potentially harmful. But we don't know that as people, so we take it in. So I remember when I was 29 years old, not doing well in marriage, not doing well financially, not doing well in my business, probably because of my self-image. And your self-image is a collection of your belief systems. So I went to a seminar, someone took me to a seminar, I couldn't even afford to go. And it was like a self-help, motivational, like Tony Robbins type thing, but of those days, a little sooner in time than that. And I walked out and the speaker said, you have the innate power, meaning inborn power in you to attract into your life anything you desire. And I couldn't understand what that meant. What do you mean? And he was talking about if you change your head from negative to positive, for instance, you're going to change the results. So I walked out saying that I could, whatever anyone else can do, I can do. So if Mary could do what I could do, and if someone could play the piano, I can play the piano. Doesn't mean I'm a concert pianist, and maybe I'm poor at it, but I can play it. Or anything in your life, if it's done once, it can be done. So I had to open up my belief system that I could be more successful, I could be a better father, I could be a better husband, I could make more money, I can change careers, whatever it is, and then you have to come to believe it, not just say it.
Yes. And so back to our other chapters, which we'll do a review for you in the near future, but we have to challenge those beliefs and then replace that. So if you did recognize that you're playing these bad tapes and we're just talking about a belief about yourself, you replace it with the good and then you're able to move forward. So why do we want to challenge these beliefs? Because you have to live a congruent life. So if you walked through these videos and you've told yourself, I want this and I want that, and you looked at goals and all of this, and you've decided you want to be a better person or you want to achieve something in life, your belief system will keep you from acquiring that or becoming that if you don't address that. So that's what today is about, is challenging that belief so that you can live congruent. It's not good enough to say, I want this, or I want to be a better dad, I want to be a better person. It's not good enough to just say that if you cannot follow through on it. So
you got to make a statement. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You got to make a statement to yourself like, I choose never again to allow another person to determine how I feel about something else. And I also teach, never let anyone have dominion over you. They don't own you. You are free. You have the ability to make choices in your life. So if you go through, so your belief system is, well, good enough is good enough, and that's not true, right? Then you have to change that belief system. So I'm saying to you, one by one, so Mary says to become aware. That's not easy to do. To become aware, to make a list. I can make a few things. So I believed in the beginning that, well, we were born in a modest income home. We didn't have a lot of money. So I always believe things that are not true. Rich people are thieves, right? Save for a rainy day. We all heard this. And what about this? A woman's place is in the home. I was taught that by my father, and that's the way it was in those days. And I got to believe it. And now it took all these years for women to take a rightful place. So my belief system is not that. And then once I learned that women could contribute to my success and my happiness, and I opened that door, there was always a woman at the top of all my different businesses because I needed that yin and yang. And you can see, watch now, we have someone running for vice president in the United States. That's the Black woman now, which shows you how far we've come. But that came from a change of belief systems and persistence.
Exactly. So yes, awareness is not easy, but you have to go through this particular step to open yourself up. So if I want to challenge a belief and I find a belief that doesn't serve me well, how do I manifest or cultivate a better belief? That is going to be some of the affirmations we say daily to reinforce the good thinking. It's not a one-time event. Yes, you have to become aware. You challenge that belief. It's not serving me well. Let's replace it with what is good. But we may be changing some things about ourselves. It's been who we are for a very long time. So it does devote a little bit of attention to help change that belief.
You know, so some of the fundamental beliefs is I'm not good enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not smart enough, they don't like me, right? I can't, you know, I'm not, I'm introverted. You know, you put yourself down, I'm shy. So one time, a story, I said something to my daughter and I said, well, you were shy when you were a kid. You know, I remember one day I pulled you out and I said, well, this is what you learned in kindergarten. Come on, Dana, you know, just why don't you repeat it to everyone? And so she said in later life, when I asked her, she said, I was never shy. I just didn't like your friends and I didn't like showing off. Right? So we labeled someone as shy and they take on that belief. I'm shy, I'm quiet, I don't want to make that decision. I made a decision that failed, all these things. So it's your belief system is you're not decisive, or you're not goal oriented, or you're not good enough. And all these things are erroneous beliefs. So my whole thing in 5 words that I've taught all these is it's all in your head. So your success and happiness is in your head. So what's any negative, if you say I can't, or if here's another one, he said, well, I'm trying to change. Well, there's no such thing as a try. You're either on the onward progression of seeking a goal that's worthwhile for you, or you're staying the same. You cannot try to lose weight. You lose weight or you don't. Okay, so when Mary's saying pick it out, it's anything. If you change your beliefs, so I started to change my belief system that I'm just ordinary and I'll make a living and get by and I'll have a family and that. To, you know, I will have my own business and I will lead my own business and all of those things. Okay.
We have to remember that life is about choices. And so when you recognize a belief that is not so great, and yes, you want to direct it in a different pathway, you want to go a different way, and you want to strengthen a stronger, better serving belief, remember it's about choices and you have choice. Like he said, no one has dominion over you. So you can choose to be that better version. You have to draw attention to that self and be, I am worthy, I am strong, I am healthy, I am vibrant, it's okay to make money. It's okay to have abundance. You can make these choices and strengthen those healthier beliefs that better serve you.
A good way to find out is to observe your own behavior. Because a good friend of mine, Richard Flint, who I know is a great author and a motivational speaker around the world, and he has all these podcasts and stuff, and he wrote a book that I love, Behavior Never Lies. Your behavior, it tells you your belief systems. Yes. You know, when you back away or you come on, when you're afraid or you're not afraid something. So your behavior, which is out in front for you and other people to see, will tell you what you believe. So I made a list of my belief systems and I started to work on the ones, yes, I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, I'm going to do it. If I don't think, here's a belief system. If you're failing is bad. Now my belief system is when I fail at doing something doesn't mean I'm a failure. It means I failed at doing something. I didn't pay attention. I didn't do my due diligence. It did not work out. But I don't say I'm a failure. So my belief system now is when I fail, it's teaching me some sort of a lesson that I have to go back and see why I failed. And maybe I want to change it, but I'm not a personal failure. So if I got rid of, I'm not a failure and I'm not so stupid, and I might take away those belief systems and flip it to the opposite side, and you repeat it and review it with regularity so it becomes a belief system. All belief systems are not there, but they're right there. Well, fears, by the way, fears are a belief system. Fears are belief system. You say one person, you could be flying in the air and a plane drops like we've all experienced, and we go, ah! And some people never fly again for the rest of their life because they're afraid of dying or something like that. I'm saying that's not the way to be. So if you look around, 80% in the world of the people in the world that I know have these erroneous beliefs, right? And they let emotions overrule their logic.
Yes, yes, definitely. And the thing about moving forward and having all that you want out of life, it is a process. It's not a one-time event. So be patient with yourself, but work on it every day. Allow yourself the promise of growth. There's prosperity. There's more in life than saying, well, this is the way it's always been. This is the way it's, this is how it's always been. This is how I was raised. Those are all excuses to stay where you are in this little comfort zone. So make some choices to move forward, to challenge those beliefs, to have a better life, and the world is yours.
Okay, so great people are just ordinary people with extraordinary determination. So if you think this is not a challenging subject that we're using today, change your beliefs. I'm too old to change. This is what I believe. People say, well, I believe that. They saw it every sentence. This is what I believe. But now, if you want to move forward to take the next step in happiness, success, whatever you want in life, or being a bigger, better person than you are now with bigger, better results, then you have to challenge some of those beliefs. So I don't think like if there's, whatever your religious belief is, there's a God on earth, let's say, or above earth, right? I don't think anyone made us, put us on earth to fail or to be miserable. I believe we all have the opportunity to grow from within ourselves. And in my teachings and working with all these people for all these years, I've seen people absolutely change their life by changing their belief systems.
Exactly. Exactly. Number one thing that can hold you back.
And so I think you want to look at, if you want any more information about this, you can contact me or you can contact Mary. Our numbers are there. And then next week, I think in chapter 10, we're going to bring this thing to an end by doing a review of the first 9 chapters. And it's been fun. And we've been doing this for 10 or 12 straight weeks, right? And let's see where it goes. So have a good week. Be safe. Stay healthy. Be well. We miss you.
All right. Bye-bye.